Welcome to the tutorial for middle school users of MAGNOLIA, the State Consortium of Information Databases. This tutorial will explain what MAGNOLIA is, how it is funded, who can use it, and the types of information it provides that students and teachers can use. Before we dive into the facts and figures about MAGNOLIA, let's reflect on what MAGNOLIA stands for. If you take the first letter of each, it means Mississippi Alliance for Gaining New Opportunities Through Library Information Access. The purpose of MAGNOLIA has always been to provide the citizens of Mississippi with access to information and research. MAGNOLIA began in 1997 when Mississippi legislators appropriated $568,000 to purchase online databases for publicly funded libraries in Mississippi. Senator Gray Ferris of Vicksburg was instrumental in bringing this project to the legislature. The legislature continues to fund MAGNOLIA nearly 20 years later. With funding now set at $1 million annually, MAGNOLIA databases are being used by libraries and the citizens of Mississippi. Thanks to the funding appropriated each year by the legislature, MAGNOLIA provides online research databases for publicly funded K-12 schools, public libraries, community college libraries, and university libraries in Mississippi. 100% of funds are used for the purchase and maintenance of database subscriptions. No appropriated funds are used for administrative costs. All administration of the MAGNOLIA program is done by volunteers who work in different types of libraries across the state. Also, access to the databases is not limited to physical libraries. Individuals can access many of the MAGNOLIA databases from home or work. If you have a library card, you can get a user password from your local public library. The databases licensed by MAGNOLIA are reviewed and selected by a committee made up of librarians from each type of library: K-12 libraries and school media centers, public libraries, and both community college and university libraries. The steering committee meets at least once each year to determine if changes are needed in the database being provided. If you would like to suggest that MAGNOLIA subscribe to a particular database that you are familiar with, feel free to email the selection committee at mag-steering@lists.msstate.edu. The main MAGNOLIA user interface is hosted at Mississippi State University and can be accessed by typing in the URL magnolia.msstate.edu. There are different access points for K-12 students and teachers, higher education students and faculty, and public library patrons. There is also supplementary information important to teachers and librarians, as well as general information about MAGNOLIA. K-12 users should automatically have access through their school media centers or can log in with a specific password provided by MAGNOLIA. If you are prompted to log in while at your school or library, please use the link at the bottom of the page that says "Click here to report errors or make suggestions." Ask your local IT personnel for the IP range for your school or library and send it to us. The K-12 main page has several ways to select databases for research. You can browse all of the databases provided alphabetically by the database name, view databases by subject area, or look for only databases provided by our vendors, EBSCO or OCLC. MAGNOLIA has also gathered databases into smaller groupings for specific age and grade ranges: elementary, which covers kindergarten through the 4th grade, middle, which includes the 5th through 8th grade, and high school, spanning 9th through 12th. The middle, or 5th through 8th grade databases, will include databases and materials suitable for the middle grades. The interfaces for these databases are closer to the standard academic interfaces. There are also more subject-specific resources as well as step-up databases. KidSearch is set up as the default search on the middle school front page and is an easy-to-navigate tool, especially for students who used it in kindergarten through 4th grade. It has a detailed search function that works as an advanced search. In detailed search, students can type in multiple search terms and build more complicated searches. KidSearch actually combines resources from multiple databases, such as Middle Search Plus, Primary Search, Newspaper Source, History Reference Center, and more. Later, we will look at a similar resource for older or more advanced students. Let's explore one of those individual resources from KidSearch. Middle Search Plus contains full text for more than 170 popular middle school magazines, as well as more than 103,000 biographies and historical essays, 55,000 primary source documents, and 1.2 million photos, maps, and flags. Search results are delivered in order of relevance, but can also be sorted by date. Students can limit or refine their results using the tools on the left-hand side of the search. They can limit to full text, peer-reviewed, and/or cover story articles, limit by date of publication, by source type, and other criteria. This is the citation record for an article about a Broadway musical based on the life and biography of founding father Alexander Hamilton. It includes the names of the authors, the source of the article, the date, volume, and issue number, document type, the subjects that the article is indexed under, and an abstract that gives a brief description of the article. This record also uses the Lexile measure, a tool used to connect readers to materials in their reading comprehension level. Along the right side of the record, you will see tools that can be used to add to a folder for later use, print, email, save, or cite. The Cite tool is an easy way to help a student generate a citation if they plan on using information from this article in an assignment. But be aware that these are computer-generated citations. They should be reviewed and corrected before using. Maybe you don't need articles about Hamilton the musical, but Hamilton the Secretary of the Treasury. One way students can clarify their search is to use the subject. Clicking that will refine your results from a keyword to a specific subject search. While we still have the article on the musical, we have moved more relevant articles to the top of our search. Another search available to middle school students is the Student Research Center, which is aimed at students from 6th through 12th grade. This is a comprehensive search that combines many databases into one easy and clean search interface. Student Research Center's main page puts less emphasis on topics, though they are listed along the left-hand side. Rather, the emphasis is on types of resources, such as magazines, books and encyclopedias, biographies, primary source documents, and film and video. Users can narrow results using the limiters under the source type icons. Databases that are included in searching are Middle Search Plus, Newspaper Source, Book Collection Nonfiction, History Reference Center, and Topic Search. All source types represented in the result list are shown at the top. You can click on any of the icons under Filter Results By to see just the results in that source type. Primary source documents include speeches, papers, and other writings. Just like in the other source types, all of these have Lexile reading numbers assigned to them. Here, we have the full text of a paper written by Alexander Hamilton to the citizens of New York State protesting the unjust treatment of Loyalists in 1784. Student Research Center has an advanced search that allows you to build a more nuanced search and see the other databases resources are being pulled from. Student Research Center also has a full dictionary with content from the New Oxford American Dictionary. Students can type a word and search for the definition, browse by the alphabet, or play with the vocabulary challenge. Here, I clicked on the word enervate and see not only the definitions, but the origins and nearby words on the left. Student Research Center also includes the full text to the Columbia Encyclopedia. Student Research Center also has a teacher resources search. If you are working on a lesson plan, doing continuing education, or are yourself working on an advanced degree, you have access to materials via Academic Search Premier, ERIC, Professional Development Collection, and Teacher Reference Center. You also have links to Common Core and other curriculum standards on the left side of the page. Here, you have links to each state's curriculum standards website. If you click on Mississippi, you will be taken to the main page for the Mississippi Department of Education's Office of Student Assessment. Here you will find more helpful information, including information on the state's college and career-ready standards. Along with access to databases, Magnolia provides materials to teachers and librarians, including tutorials, lesson plans, archived workshops, handouts, promotional materials, links, and more. We also welcome comments and suggestions about the Magnolia databases. Please tell us about any resources you would like the committee to review, request instruction, or suggest improvements, and let your local senators and representatives know about the importance of Magnolia to all of Mississippi. Remember, all publicly funded K-12 schools have the ability to access Magnolia. If Magnolia is prompting you to enter a password at your school, contact our systems administrator to have your school's IP address added. Thank you for watching.